JPEG, that of the concept of digital scarcity can be worth tens of millions of dollars and hold the value and be able to trade as a financial instrument. Whether that's legal or even anyone cares, it's a great alpha test to showcase now we're ready to start beta testing, what we're talking about today, which is real world assets.
Bitcoin ETF approval is coming and imminent.
Yeah, I do. And I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
As an arbitrage trade, an opportunity there, crypto prices have shot up in anticipation of this approval. Some are cautious, though, including Kathy Wood.
What's going to happen is the U.S. dollar is going to be the world reserve currency, and it's going to run on billions and billions of mobile devices. And the digital asset that underlies that currency is going to be Bitcoin.
We're now in the 5th year since the Ethereum free pass thing. So I think we got to have much better transparency.
I think that DeFi is here to stay long term, but I also think that the traditional institutions are also here to stay long term as well.
There's an algorithm that keeps you, so any other exchange, any other DEX, any other everything has liquidity pools. XRP does not. It has an algorithm that maximizes liquidity by being able to route and liquidate the asset based on what's available on the network. Those are the two things that make XRP amazing.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
It's the XRP Army.
If you got some baggies, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, smashing them likies, stuffing some baggies. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up. Because the future's extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. Got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.8 trillion, up about 4% in the past 24 hours. We got the total trading volume in the last day right around 148 billion. We got XRP in that number 6 spot right around 57 cents, up 2.1 in the past 24. Stellar XLM right around 11-12 cents. BTC 46,927. We got ETH right around 2,344. Sol right around 97 bucks. We got XDC right beneath the nickel. Flare Networks 0.0177. Songbird 008. We got one from Mr. Huber to kick things off. He says, good grief. It's not like Ripple isn't sticking it in everyone's face for years. The only company that literally provides an API where you can track their sales, read less riddles, and get more informed better. Maybe invest in something where these things are not made transparent. Ripple's net sales of XRP amounted to almost 238 million XRP in December. That's $142 million. That's 3 times the average monthly sales. One can assume that Ripple will soon be buying massively otherwise. I would be worried. Joe Katz chimes in and says Ripple has 2 choices. We can continue to hold as much XRP as we do, or we can reduce the amount of XRP that we hold. There really isn't a third option. Ripple's original plan was to reduce our XRP holding as quickly as we could. Someone responds and says, is burning the escrow not an option? He says, I can't think of any set of events that would lead to that happening that's even remotely probable. I also don't think it would have any real benefits. He says the original plan to mostly use giveaways, but as soon as XRP had a market price, people would expend money to game the giveaways. And after the disastrous GitHub giveaway, we had to stop. We tried a variety of other things such as sales with lockups and using XRP to incentivize partners. And what we discovered was that everything that worked with more or less no different from selling XRP. So we're more than 10 years into our 5-year plan and we're roughly halfway there. Pano says, of course, from these 2 choices, the second one is the best, but the way you do that, I believe, is to donate most of the XRP to the XRP Ledger Foundation so they can manage and distribute them to the ecosystem through different ways, such as community and project incentives, marketing, and educational XRPL initiatives. More, Ripple is a mature company now, and I don't think they need to be holding more than 10 billion XRP. Mr. Man XRP, after years of beta testing, Ripple is ready to scale up from millions and billions to hundreds of trillions of dollars in real-world assets, from dollars to days to cents and seconds.
And so I think that kind of the ability to roll up and be a multi-chain or chain agnostic is huge. And, the XRP Ledger you guys are going to be continually upgrading, scaling, and changing there. But the ability to be, cross compatible with other assets and tokens, I think is where we're going, is this multi-chain future. Because when you go to a website, it's generally pulling from multiple servers, multiple databases to resolve a single image or a single page. And I think that's going to be a lot of what we're going to see here in the near future, is that, there is no one chain to rule them all. Like Swift, you're kind of like, yep, either you're a bank and you use Swift, or you're just not in, you're not included in the financial system. So I think you're entirely right. We're going to see a lot of, evolutions. We've already proven, a tokenized JPEG, that of the concept of digital scarcity can be worth tens of millions of dollars and hold the value and be able to trade as a financial instrument. Whether that's legal or even anyone cares, it's a great alpha test to showcase. Now we're ready to start beta testing, what we're talking about today, which is real world assets, real title, and start moving from, millions and billions to hundreds of trillions of dollars into blockchain technology.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
We got Warren Davidson. Gary Gensler is definitely not protecting investors. His reckless leadership is undermining the rule of law and eroding trust in America's capital markets. Congress should pass the SEC Stabilization Act and fire Gary Gensler. Drain the swamp. Free the standard. Gary, you still there? We got one from Megan. Nothing left to decide. ETF approval. Former SEC Chair Jay Clayton.
On a Bitcoin ETF, you think?
I think approval is inevitable. And
imminently?
And I think there's nothing left to decide. I know. And I credit the SEC for where they are. Where are we? We're comfortable with the disclosure. Joe just went through the cost of investing in a Bitcoin ETF. People need to know what the cost of doing it is. They need to know, about the underlying Bitcoin market. Is the Bitcoin underlying trading market something that is what I would say is robust enough, efficacious enough, where you can rely on it? It is much better today than it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, there was wash sales, there was laddering, there was all sorts of things that you wouldn't want to make available to the general public because of that risk. And the last thing, I think this is missed, is the technology to actually provide the product, the custodying, the create, the redeem. This is a big step, not just for Bitcoin, but for finance generally. If you can digitize, tokenize underlying assets and trade that way, that's a potential significant change across finance, not just in the crypto space.
But you think Bitcoin ETF approval is coming and imminent?
Yeah, well? I do. And I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
Your opinion matters. Former SEC chairman.
Got Justin, CNBC report, spot Bitcoin ETF likely to be approved Wednesday, potentially traded on Thursday or Friday.
Hey, David, yeah, that is the question. A Bitcoin ETF, it's now widely expected to get the green light this week. Two sources close to the process now telling me it's looking like Wednesday, which is also the deadline for Cathie Wood's ARK and 21 shares bid. Then I'm told potential trading would happen Thursday or Friday, but it has been a moving target here on dates. The SEC is expected to approve a handful of applications at once. Those sponsors filing even more paperwork this morning, where we are starting to get a sense of this price war emerging. There are 13 applications out there with different fees. Some are starting at 0 and then rising once the fund hits a certain size. So BlackRock, for example, plans to start at 0.2% and then go to 0.3%. Fidelity at 0.39%. Grayscale looking like the highest here, 1.5%. This one's worth watching, guys. It's looking to convert an already publicly traded Bitcoin trust, GBTC, into an ETF, so known as an uplist. With 27 billion roughly under management, GBTC would become one of the largest commodity-based ETFs if it is approved. The fund used to trade at a steep premium to Bitcoin, but then you've seen it switch, and it's been trading at a pretty steep discount in the past year or so, as much as 45% last year. That has narrowed to about 5%. So if that fund converts into an ETF, the discount essentially disappears overnight, starts trading at the price of Bitcoin. Some are taking that as an arbitrage trade, an opportunity there. Crypto prices have shot up in anticipation of this approval. Some are cautious, though, including Cathie Wood, who's among those taking profits, at least when it comes to Coinbase, ahead of any news here this week. Guys, back to you.
As the spot Bitcoin ETF nears, waited to get a hold of that HODL XRP 1,000 times faster and cheaper than BTC. Also, the only digital asset with utility with legal clarity in the United States. Know what you hold. Meanwhile, we got Merrill Lynch coming quick, XRP ETP. Waited to get a hold of that HODL. We also got Fidelity, boom, XRP ETP on the Fidelity, and XRP ETF is coming soon, generational wealth on the way. You also got 21 shares, XRP, ETP, XRP. Hidden in plain sight, faster, cheaper, more efficient. The mover of all value. Welcome to the Internet of Value, running on the XRP ledger, the interoperable distributed bridge. We got XRP Crypto Wolf. XRP was added to Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, but they don't want you with that XRP. They're herding in the masses into Bitcoin. Get ready for the biggest rug pull of them all. We had one from Digital Asset Investor. I'm surprised nobody ever really thinks this through. There is not a board in the USA that would allow this kind of Bitcoin purchases. Regardless of your beliefs in Bitcoin, this is way too risky for the board of a company to allow. It feels more like a government board than a company board. The US dollar will be backed by PTC.
And there's every indication that nation states are embracing it. Jerome Powell says it's a digital asset. Christina Lagarde says it's a digital asset.
I think the role of the disruptors and anything that is using distributed ledger technology, whether you call it crypto assets, currencies, or whatever, and it's far from the Bitcoins that we used to talk about a year ago, that is clearly shaking the system.
The head of the SEC taught a class on it. I think that people understand it's not a threat to the dollar, by the way. What's going to happen is the U.S. dollar is going to be the world reserve currency, and it's going to run on billions and billions of mobile devices. And the digital asset that underlies that currency is going to be Bitcoin.
Wow. I will tell you, my friends got me addicted. I'm a student. I'm learning. I'm still on the first chapter of sort of like cryptocurrency for dummies, but I can't read enough of it. I love reading your stuff, and we appreciate you sharing it with us. Thank you.
Bitcoin can't scale. Transactions will fail. Don't fall for the media trickery and load up on the superior technology, XRP. Hidden in plain sight. No more middleman. Faster, cheaper, more efficient. Send value anywhere around the world instantly, 24/7, 365. What we need is transparency.
Righting the wrongs of the last guy. I think we need transparency. You know, I really think in order for us to heal and move on, we need to know all these shenanigans that took place around the Ethereum free pass. We need to know what happened. We need to know about the memos that got written, all their deliberative stuff that they did to drive off down this path. It's probably the case that they did criminal stuff. And it's probably the case that some people may need to go to jail so that this type of thing never happens again. But we need to know. We can never unscramble the egg and go back to kind of everybody, you know, being joyful and, you know, working together if we don't have justice for what occurred, which is now, I mean, we're now in the 5th year since the Ethereum free pass thing. So I think we got to have much better transparency from the government and the regulators, number one, like a commitment to it, you know, like they say on their website, like in the mission statement, full accountability, working for the American public, all that kind of stuff. We need to see that for real. And we need some type of damages payment to people for the 2 years. It doesn't have to be the stratospheric in-game, whatever that's going to turn out to be. You know, we're still very much in the process of kind of determining that. But, you know, it's $50, $100, $1,000 million. I don't even know. We'll see where the data takes us. But it wouldn't have to be that. You know, I hate to like throw out a number what that would need to be, and I think there would need to be damage model people think that through. But it's not one of these stratospheric numbers, I wouldn't think.
Ripple and the XRP ledger, the most transparent of them all, working with regulators, working with banks, financial institutions. It's no wonder they want you out, and the SEC wants those bags back. We got one from Stronghold Pay, CTO and co-founder, shares his thoughts on the DeFi and traditional banking.
I was very skeptical of DeFi when I first saw it, but I have absolutely changed my opinion on it. I think that DeFi is here to stay long term, but I also think that the traditional institutions are also here to stay long term as well. I think what it comes down to is the use case for what you're looking at. So some use cases are naturally going to fit the decentralized space, and others are still going to want the perceived security or real security of being able to interact with the traditional banking sector and payment systems. So it very much depends on who you're working with.
Meanwhile, the XRP Ledger, another milestone. The XRP Ledger has surpassed 5 million active accounts. The longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They want you out. XRP. Top 1% holder, 64,787 XRP. Top 10% holder, 3,394 XRP. We got Quincy Jones. What makes XRP so special?
A lot of the other things there's a lot of overlap. And don't get me wrong, there's some things where it's not proof of stake or proof of work, but that's not what makes it special. That's what makes it maybe unique, not what's special. The two things that make it special is, one, the entire network is a DEX. What does that mean? It means anybody from their individual wallet can list an asset for sale into the DEX. You don't have to go to a DEX. You don't have to go to the entire network is a DEX. In that DEX is a liquidity routing algorithm that allows you to maximize liquidity between any asset that you, or maximize the It automatically routes the asset to maximize liquidity. So the whole premise of this is no liquidity pools. There's an algorithm that keeps you, so any other exchange, any other DEX, any other everything has liquidity pools. XRP does not. It has an algorithm that maximizes liquidity by being able to route and liquidate the asset based on what's available on the network. Those are the two things that make XRP amazing. Now you can get into the speed, you can get into it's not proof of work, proof of stake, you can get into all that too. But those two things, the fact that the entire network's a DEX and there's an algorithm that maximizes liquidity on that DEX, is the two biggest things. And when people talk about cross-border remittances, currency, no-show, that allows for the instant liquidity of any asset like it's cash. You see what I mean?
The XRP ledger, bigger and better than we think. We got Jack the Rippler. Meanwhile, breaking Russia announces 30 new member countries for BRICS. Petrodollar is dying slowly. Blockchain is the solution, and the central banks of Russia have already successfully tested XRP for cross-border payments. We got Sentiment Feed, the potential Bitcoin ETF approval is seemingly on all of the crypto community's minds as BTC has surged above 46,000 for the first time since April of 2022. Wide expectations presume several ETF applications will be approved simultaneously, which should be immediately. We got high vibe assets, XRP holders. This will be the wildest ride of your life. Buckle up, load up. I still have some time. This is a jackpot accumulating. We got blockchain backer. Bitcoin market cap hits the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level as the BTC ETF decision nears. We said it after 2 years, we get here, thousands screamed it'll never happen. Now they FOMO in. And we got Kevin Cage, alt season in Bitcoin, BTC dominance on a weekly. 2017 alt season, 60% drop, 95% Bitcoin dominance high, 35% Bitcoin dominance low. 2021 alt season, 40% drop, 70% BTC dominance high, 39% BTC dominance low. Lower highs for BTC's dominance and diminishing returns as the number of alt projects have grown over the past 7 years. The BTC dominance drops here to previous cycle lows, 35 to 39%. That would be a 26 to 33% drop. The higher the Bitcoin dominance goes first, the larger the potential percentage drop could be. The results in alts performing much better. Get ready for the flippening. And we got cryptos TA. Here are the most important levels on the XRP chart. Negatives, price closed the week below the 2 6-year trend lines and below 21 MA. Positive, lower support levels and bouncing. Expect a breakout once the levels are reclaimed. We'll update for XRP. With that being said, Batman and Bag Ladies, where will those bags be when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Later, glitches. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likies for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, vibe those bags, and don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe. Drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below. Drop an elbow on that like button from the top ropes. We'll catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB, bring your own bags, be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghosts. Later, glitches.
I got the code, packing them bags till we explode. No turning back, got the decode. Crypto to flow, live by the code. All get exposed, don't play no games. I put them in chains, feeling the burn. Venus gon' rain, my DNA strain. I'm not the same, move pilot my face. We moving for change, filling my stash. We make them pay, spiritual health, devilish wealth. They say that the bag, the root of all evil. I do it for good, so we are not equal. They wanna defeat you, in school they don't teach you. We crypto the bag, so we gon' eat you to transfer cash. Get in on my people to transfer cash, get in on my people.